Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you're always up to date with the latest news and insights we bring your way. Today, we have some major updates for you. It's news that could have a significant impact on millions of people in the UK. I'm talking about the Department for Work and Pensions, DWP, set to make major changes to benefit rates starting in April, including adjustments to Universal Credit, Personal Independence Payment, PIP, Disability Living Allowance, DLA, and Attendance Allowance, ADP. This news is especially important if you, a friend, or a family member rely on these payments. With the ongoing challenges of the cost of living, inflation, and rising bills, even small increases in benefits can make a massive difference to your financial stability. In this video, we'll break down all the details, including who will be affected, what the new rates are, and what these changes mean for you and your loved ones. We'll also explore the bigger picture around these changes, such as how they fit into the current economic climate, and the ongoing debates around whether these changes are enough given the rising costs in the UK. It's not just about numbers, it's about real people, real lives, and how these benefits can help improve their quality of life. So, make sure to stay tuned until the end to get all the information and insights you need. Before we dive into the specifics of the changes, it's important to take a step back and understand why DWP benefits are so important. These payments are a financial lifeline for millions of individuals and families across the UK, particularly those who are struggling due to illness, disability, or unemployment. Universal Credit is perhaps the most well-known and widely received benefit, designed to help those who are out of work or on a low income. It's an essential resource for people who are facing financial hardship and need that extra support to get by. For many, it's their only means of support. Then we have benefits like Personal Independence Payment, PIP, Disability Living Allowance, DLA, and Attendance Allowance, ADP, which are there to assist individuals who have disabilities or health conditions that impact their day-to-day lives. Universal Credit, PIP, DLA, and ADP are designed to provide financial relief, but they also help people cover the additional costs of living with a disability or long-term illness. These benefits aren't just about making ends meet, they enable people to maintain a level of independence, dignity, and access to essential services and support. Whether it's for a carer's services, mobility aids, medical treatments, or other daily expenses, these benefits play an essential role in improving the quality of life for those who need them the most. Now, let's talk about the big one, Universal Credit. With millions of people relying on Universal Credit, it's safe to say that any changes to this system will have far-reaching implications. Universal Credit is designed to provide financial assistance to individuals who are unemployed or have a low income due to various reasons, such as health conditions, family circumstances, or disability. The DWP's proposed changes to Universal Credit include rate increases, which are being introduced as part of a wider attempt to help claimants keep up with inflation. From April, the rates for Universal Credit will increase, but let's take a closer look at exactly how much that will be. For example, a single person under the age of 25 will see their monthly standard allowance rise by £20. This means that they will now receive a bit more to cover the basic cost of living, such as food, utilities, and transportation. For people over 25, the increase will be slightly higher. If you are part of a couple or a family, you will also see your payments increase, with families receiving higher amounts to reflect the additional costs associated with raising children. The increase in Universal Credit is certainly a welcome change, but here's the issue: is it enough? When we consider the rate of inflation, rising food prices, and the soaring cost of energy, many people feel that these increases may not go far enough. According to some estimates, the increase in Universal Credit is far below the actual rise in living costs, meaning that many families and individuals could still be struggling to make ends meet. Moreover, the government's approach to inflation-linked adjustments has sparked debate. Critics argue that while inflation is a factor, it doesn't fully capture the complex and often disproportionate financial pressures faced by benefit claimants. With so many people still struggling with bills and essential purchases, there's a real concern that these changes will not go far enough to help those most in need. Next up is Personal Independence Payment, PIP, which provides financial support to individuals who face long-term health conditions or disabilities that impact their ability to perform everyday tasks. PIP is one of the most important benefits for people living with disabilities, as it helps cover the additional costs of living with a disability, such as mobility aids, medical expenses, and personal care assistance. From April, the rates for PIP will also be adjusted, and we're looking at an increase across both the daily living component and the mobility component. However, like universal credit, these increases are set to follow inflation levels, meaning that while they are helpful, they may not sufficiently cover the rising costs of living for people with disabilities. In addition to the rate increases, the DWP has introduced plans to make the claims process easier and more accessible. As many people who are eligible for PIP know, the application process can be lengthy, confusing, and sometimes even discouraging. The government has promised to streamline this process, making it easier for people to get the support they need without unnecessary stress. But, as with universal credit, the question remains whether these changes are enough. Disability advocates and experts have pointed out that while the rate increases are a step in the right direction, they still do not fully address the wide range of financial burdens that people with disabilities face. For example, many individuals require specialist equipment or carers, and some disabilities come with additional hidden costs, such as ongoing treatments or therapies that aren't always covered by the NHS. So while PIP recipients will see an increase, many will continue to face significant challenges in covering their expenses. With inflation and the rising cost of living, it's crucial that the government continues to monitor the situation and consider whether further adjustments may be necessary to ensure that disabled people are adequately supported. Now, let's talk about Disability Living Allowance, DLA, a benefit aimed at people under the age of 65 who need help with personal care or getting around because of a disability. DLA provides support for a wide range of needs, from the costs associated with day-to-day activities to additional mobility requirements. The DLA rates will also see increases from April. These adjustments are in line with the overall plan to increase benefits in response to inflation. Like PIP, DLA is split into two components, care and mobility. The care component is designed to help individuals with the extra costs of personal care, such as help with washing, dressing, or eating. The mobility component helps those who have difficulty getting around. But while the increase is appreciated, there are concerns about whether it will be enough for recipients, particularly those who need round-the-clock care or have expensive mobility aids. Disability support groups have pointed out that DLA recipients, particularly those with severe disabilities, are often struggling with extra costs that go beyond the reach of what these increases can help cover. One positive aspect of the upcoming changes is the simplification of the claims process for DLA. The government has promised to make it easier for people to apply for DLA, with fewer bureaucratic hurdles and faster processing times. However, as with the other benefits, it remains to be seen if this will truly benefit the individuals who rely on DLA the most. Finally, we have Attendance Allowance, ADP, a benefit aimed at older individuals who need extra support due to illness or disability. Unlike PIP or DLA, which are available to people under the age of 65, ADP is designed specifically for those aged 65 and older who require help with personal care due to their health condition. As with other benefits, the rates for ADP will rise in line with inflation. This increase is crucial because many older adults rely on ADP to cover the costs of care or to fund services that help them stay independent as they age. However, similar to the other benefits, the increase is seen as insufficient by some experts, who argue that the true costs of elderly care are rising far faster than the current rate of increase for ADP. There's also the question of accessibility. Many older adults struggle with navigating the claims system or face delays in receiving the support they need. The simplification of the process is an important step, but the real test will be whether it results in quicker access to benefits and a more streamlined experience for older individuals. Now, we need to take a broader look at the economic context in which these changes are happening. The UK, like many countries, is facing a cost of living crisis. Inflation is high, energy prices are soaring, and wages are not keeping pace with the rising costs of basic goods and services. For people who are already living on benefits, the pressure to make ends meet has never been greater. In this environment, even small increases to benefits can have a huge impact. But the question remains, are these increases enough to offset the financial strain many people are feeling? The answer is complicated, and many people feel that these increases are simply not enough to deal with the severity of the economic challenges they face. So, how does all this affect you? If you're someone who relies on universal credit, PIP, DLA, or ADP, these changes are worth paying attention to. While they represent an increase in your benefits, the reality is that the cost of living may still outpace these increases, leaving you with tough choices to make when it comes to budgeting. If you're unsure about how these changes will affect your finances, or if you're worried about your current benefits, there are resources available to help you navigate the system. Websites like the DWP's official site, Citizens Advice, and other support groups can help you understand your rights and the best course of action for your circumstances. So, there you have it, a comprehensive overview of the upcoming changes to DWP benefits. Whether you're affected by universal credit, PIP, DLA, or ADP, it's essential to stay informed and be proactive in managing your finances as these changes roll out in April. If you have any questions or want more details about the changes, be sure to leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like the video if you found it helpful, share it with anyone you think could benefit from this information, and subscribe for more updates on important news like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.